Hey guys, Mel Knight here, and today I just wanted to give a quick news guide to Hearthstone. If some of you haven't heard yet, Hearthstone is currently in beta. It's a card game created by Blizzard, and it's going to be free to play once it comes out with some microtransactions. So I just wanted to show you the game itself, show you how to play and things like that, so that if you end up actually playing the game, you won't be completely lost like some people are. So there's friends list, there's your money, which is the Hearthstone symbol, and it's called gold in here. Settings, which I'm not going to show. And then there's the store. So in the store, you could either buy packs. One pack is 100. It's slightly hard to get gold in this game. I mean, you could get about 100 or 200 or 300 a day, depending on how much you play, but you won't have huge amounts of money. But to counter that, there are other things that you could do with your money, and once you get packs, I don't think you're really going to need too much gold, so it's not a big problem. But you could also buy it with money, so 40 packs is $50. I think it's a tiny bit too expensive for my taste, but that's just my personal opinion. So the other thing is there's a quest log, and what quests are is once a day you'll get a new quest which will appear right here, and then they'll like slowly fill up. So I haven't completed 3 quests for 3 days, and they all give you a tiny bit of gold, which you see 40 gold. If you play about an hour a day, you'll be able to buy a pack every 1 or 2 days. And then there's your rankings. One is for normal. I'm almost diamond in normal. And then the other one is arena, which I'll explain in a second. And then these are all the different classes that you could play, or heroes that you could play, and your level with them. So I'm going to actually, I'll open a pack here. So if you buy a pack, complete, and then you go into here, and this is the pack store, the pack opening area. Just put it into there, cool animation, and then you have 5 cards. You always get 5 cards, and if you put your mouse over them, you see different colors or no color. That means that these 2 are regular or common cards. See? And then these, 1 rare, 1 epic, legendary, and 1 legendary. So I got really lucky opening this pack, which is surprising because I think that might be my first actual pack legendary. So yeah, so I'm gonna explain this in a couple of seconds. So once you open packs, you have your collection, and this is where you build your decks, as you can see over here. Some cards are specific to that class, which you could see here. Specific to hunter, specific to mage, specific to paladin, rogue, shaman, warlock, warrior, and then these are neutral cards, which means that you could play them with any type of character. The other thing, which is really cool, is let's say these are all the cards in the game right now. Let's say I want this specific Murloc card, right? Well, I could actually craft it if I have enough dust. And to get dust, you just disenchant your extra cards. See, I have 2 extra commons that, because you can only get 2 copies per card. If you have an extra one, so 3 of that card, then they let you disenchant it for dust. So I just disenchanted and I got 10 dust, so now I'm at 75. And I could then craft that into the card that I want if I don't own it. So that's really cool, and it's a really easy way to get the cards that you want. So seriously, this game isn't very transaction heavy as a lot of other microtransaction games. So I think Blizzard is doing this really, really well. The next thing is the arena. So how the arena works, which I won't go into the arena this time, but I will make some arena videos later on. You either pay $2 or the 150 gold, and you have to build a deck from scratch. They basically give you 3 cards, you decide which card you want, and then they'll give you 3 others, and you decide, and you keep doing that until you have 30 cards. Once you have 30 cards, you play against other people that are playing the arena, and if you lose 3 games, you're out of the arena. If you keep playing and you keep winning, you can win up to 10 games, and if you win all 10 games, you get a lot of money back. I think as of 6 wins, you get all your money back for the arena, or maybe it's 5. So that's really good, and then you also get packs from that. So if you're really good at the arena, you don't even have to spend anything, because you'll get your money back and you'll get a pack for 9 wins, 1 loss, or 10 wins, 0 losses, things like that. Then you could click play, where you select one of the decks that you've already built, and then you could either play unranked or you could play ranked. You could also use the basic decks, which are decks that are pre-built. And I'm going to now play a practice game to teach you how to play. So I'm gonna play with the character or hero that they start you off with normally, which is Jaina. And you could decide between normal or expert level bots. I'm going to just pick a normal bot, and I'll pick, let's see, I don't want really somebody who can constantly destroy my cards, because I'll be explaining them, so I'll take the druid to face against. Alright, so now we're finally in the game.
I must protect the wild.
You asked for it.
And the first thing is you flip a coin, right? If you get first, you play first. That is your advantage. If you get second, your advantage for playing second is that you get 1 mana crystal extra for that. Like, you get a mana crystal card, and if you play that mana crystal card, you get 1 extra mana crystal for that turn. I know that doesn't make too much sense, but I'll explain a bit more on that later. For now, I have to pick which cards I want. So I'm gonna keep this card because it's pretty cheap, and I'm gonna keep this card because it's also pretty cheap. But this is a 4 cost card, so I'm gonna get rid of it and get it replaced. So that card goes back into my deck, and a new card comes out. Alright, so since I start, these are my cards in my hand. I have 1 mana crystal, and as you can see at the top left of the card, it says 1. So when I play this card, it's going to cost 1 mana crystal. The bottom left, where you see that 2, it means how much damage that card does, and then the bottom right is how much health that card does. So if I bring it here,
Job's done.
I play the card. So he just played a 0 cost card that gives him 2 mana crystals. So now he has 3, and then he played this for 2, so he has an extra 1, and then he played the coin. This is the coin that you get for playing second, which is your advantage for playing second is the coin, while the other person gets to play first. So he did a really strong turn. Also, he played his hero ability. So hero abilities are right here. They're 2 cost abilities, and each hero has a different ability. He has Shapeshift, which gives him 1 attack and 1 armor for the specific turn. The attack is for the turn, the armor is permanent. Mine is Fire Blast, which does 1 damage to anything on the field, or him directly. So I'm gonna play my second Murloc.
Job's done.
And I'm going to end my turn. So he's using his hero ability again. And he's also buffed his hero. I'm surprised that he decided to attack my Murloc, because, you know, he buffed his hero. But that's fine. I'm now going to play my Gnomish Inventor. And her special ability, as you can see, her battle cry, is that she makes you draw an extra card, which is, the battle cry is whenever you play that card, you get that ability. So I'm gonna just end my turn again, because I didn't mention it, but minions can't attack the turn that they are played on, which is kind of shitty, but you know, worse things can happen. Alright, so I'm going to play my taunt card.
Bingo!
So what my taunt card is, right, is that he can only attack my taunt card. He can't go straight for me because he has an attack ability. And this guy can only attack my taunt. This guy can't attack my Gnomish Inventor, or he can't attack me directly. So I'm not going to worry about the alligator, because if I attack the alligator, I'm going to die, as you can see from the skull. I'm going to instead attack him for 1 damage.
Job's done.
And I end my turn. Plays another wild growth, which gives him an empty mana crystal. So now he's at 6, while I'm at 4. Ooh. So now he's gonna probably run that into that, and he just kills my guy. So I'm gonna take a chance and just play this. And I got him. What that ability does is for 1 cost it deals 3 damage randomly split among enemy characters. So I didn't have a huge chance of it hitting me twice, but it did, and I got lucky. So now I'm also gonna Fire Blast, and that's my Fire Blast, and I'm gonna end my turn. This game is a lot about
They'll never know
properly thinking out your moves, and once you start getting the hang of that, the game becomes it becomes easier and it becomes more fun. So, see, he played a 5 cost, right? That's a 4/4, and this only costs 4. So, you know, it's kind of worth me doing that and then me killing him. And now I still have my inventor.
If you're sure.
And I'm gonna attack.
Job's done.
He only has 1 card left. You could also see how many cards he has left right here and how many cards I have left right there. Something I didn't mention, which isn't too important. The entire area is interactive. So if I keep clicking, see, it just changed. It's just, you know, a nice touch from Blizzard. The next thing, I'm going to Pyroblast that and use that.
Oh, if you're sure.
I kind of had to do that because normally I would just Pyroblast him, but I didn't really. Sorry, Fireball, not Pyroblast. I would normally just Fireball him, but I would have had a lot more trouble if I didn't do that. Nice, I got another taunt, so I'm going to play that. And I'm going to play a card that makes me draw 2 other cards. One thing that is very, very important about this game is trying to keep your hand numbers as high as possible while still playing out monsters. Because if you notice, he only has 1 card, and what that means with him only having 1 card is that he has to like draw the card and then decide, do I want to play it? While I have much more freedom, because I get to like see, oh, he just played this, I could counter him with this, or he just played that, I could counter him with that, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So I'm just gonna take my chances, and that wasn't too bad. I would have hoped for 3 on him, so they could have traded that, but it's fine. Could be worse. Another battle cry.
You like my invention?
This is a minion with charge, and what charge does is that I can attack right away. So I'm just gonna charge into that for no reason whatsoever. Then I'll attack that to that, and I'll play this. And I'll fireball him and I'll end my turn. I might not be able to show you all card abilities like battle cries and things like that, but the main ones honestly that you should know is battle cry and charge and taunt. I think those are some of the most important ones for when you're when you're starting off.
Handle it!
So this guy just gives all your other minions +1 attack while he's still on the field. It is very important to note that this only works while they are still on the field.
This one's mine.
So, attack. That is a very strong card. Too bad that I have another polymorph in my hand. And this comes back to what I was saying about him top decking versus me not top decking. I have much more freedom than him. And I will attack once and end my turn. Because I want to try to get different kinds of cards, or make him get different kinds of cards, so you guys get to see at least some kinds of cards in a standard deck. In fact, I'm going to attack him with him just to show you guys.
Hit it very hard.
He dies, the effect goes away. And I'll
They'll
also play
never know
him.
what hit it.
And
Hit it very hard.
I don't want him to win, so I'm gonna get him slightly low, just in case something like that happens. But
This
still,
one's mine.
even that isn't that strong right now.
What you looking at?
This one's mine.
Another taunt. Not a really. It's an okay taunt. The problem with it now is that it's kind of way too late to play that,
This one's
especially
mine.
with my board dominance right now. Though you could still win from this. This seems like impossible odds, but there are cards that are just wipe the entire board. So don't get discouraged if things look kind of dark, because you can always come back. It is possible. I've seen it happen a lot of times. Also, something that I didn't mention is I think I have the max number of minions out on the field, or it's one more. Yeah, I have the max minions on the field. So that's 7. That's something kind of important to note.
This one's mine.
It's not too important. I'd like to get some different type of cards, but I don't think this deck has it because it's a basic deck, which is kind of disheartening. I'll show this, why not? Deal 1 damage. I guess I should also show you what happens when you run out of cards, because I want to try to be as inclusive in my tutorial as possible. Another minion with charge. So when you're 1 card away from losing, your character will shout, "I'm almost out of cards." That is because
One shot.
they handle how Blizzard handles how running out of cards works pretty well. I think personally. I know that some other games handle it very poorly. And what happens is when you run out of cards, you'll take 1 extra damage every turn that you have to draw. So as you can see, this first turn, I'll draw an empty card and I'll take 1 damage. So my character just took 1 damage. The next turn though, which I'll also show, what happens is that now I'm drawing again and I have to take 2 damage instead of 1. And that'll keep happening until one of us dies. And since he still has 4 cards and I don't have any, I would be more likely to lose if I didn't have the board advantage. Like, if we both didn't have any cards, I would be pretty screwed. So I'm just gonna end it off with a fireball right here, straight to his character. And when he drops down below the normal life, he just loses the game and you win. And then at the end, you get XP. For leveling up, you also get cards for that specific hero. So that's also pretty cool. And yeah, that's my basic guide to Hearthstone. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.